so excited today because I got my new serger. I've been needing this because my old one broke. Actually, the needle broke, but it doesn't take standard needles. And so, yeah, now it's a brick. It doesn't work. I can't get replacement needles for it. So, I ordered a new one. So, and I figured do a little unboxing. Welcome to my channel, and well, to my craft room in a minute. It's kind of a mess in there, so decided to open this out here and then bring it in there. Okay, so I've got my tools and things. A kettle and cord. Oh, she's pretty. Right, there we go. Just look at that. Oh. She's gorgeous. Can't wait to use it. As a matter of fact, I have a new project for today, and this will come in very handy. I am making a cravat. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll look that up. My youngest daughter's dressing up as Sweeney Todd for Halloween, and she needs a cravat. Yeah, I'll find out. Anyway, let's get started. So I found this diagram on the internet, and I figured that's as good as a pattern right there. So I'm using these dimensions to create a paper pattern. So I'm using some scraps of black satin that I had left over from another project, and it's just enough if I cut out 2 of the pieces on the cross grain. So I've got my pieces cut out, and first thing I'm going to do is stitch this little center back seam here, and then I'm going to test out my new serger with some scraps of the fabric, make sure that the tension is right, and that looks pretty good to me. Next I will serge that raw edge next to that seam. Then I'll press those seam allowances in opposite directions so that it won't be too bulky when I put them together. Next I will serge all the raw edges because this fabric does tend to fray pretty badly. I've hardly handled it at all, and I've been very gentle, and yet it's fraying already. Once all my raw edges have been serged, it's time to put the pieces together. So I will put them right sides together and get everything pinned, and then I will just stitch all the way around, leaving an opening for turning it right side out. And you can see here how my seam allowances are going in opposite directions. They are at the center back. And I place a pin sideways here where I intend to leave the opening. That way I will remember not to stitch that area. Now it's all pinned, time to get it stitched. I use a basic straight stitch, pivoting at the corners, and I just make my way all the way around. So once it's all stitched, I need to clip the corners before I turn it right side out. I cut notches at all of the outside corners, and this just reduces bulk when you turn it right side out. And I cut little snips at all the inside corners. Once that's done, I turn it right side out. I use a knitting needle to poke all the corners out, make them nice and crisp. This makes a huge difference. Next, I press the entire thing, and for any beginners out there, you should know that pressing is what makes the difference between having your project end up looking homemade versus looking professional. To illustrate this, you can see the difference between the part that I pressed and the other part that I haven't pressed yet. So this is nice and smooth, and the other part is not yet. Next, I'm going to top stitch all the way around, including where it has that opening, so it'll close that up, and then the whole cravat will be complete. And yes, I did Google that and found out that cravat is the proper pronunciation. Here's a close-up of that top stitching. Just a quick try on here. I think it turned out pretty well. And here is my daughter in full costume and close-up so you can see the cravat. She looks pretty scary with her knife, but don't worry, it's just a prop. Happy Halloween! Thank you so much for joining me for this little project and for the unboxing of my new serger. I appreciate you so very much, and I'll see you next time.